In this week's Parsha, Moshe warns the Jewish people that soon after his death, when Yehoshua takes over as the leader and they cross over from the wilderness into Israel, the gravy train of miracles is going to end. No more manna falling from heaven, no more divine cloud protecting them, no more well giving them water. They're going to have to start working for a living. And when they do that, some of them, many of them, are going to become successful. And he tells them, when that happens, you may forget God. You may think that my strength and the might of my hands gave me this treasure. And that's a mistake, because that's not what happened. It came from God. We all know people who are incredibly bright, talented, and hardworking, and they somehow just don't make that much money. And we know other people who aren't as bright, don't work that hard, aren't so talented, and make crazy amounts of money. You know why? Because it's not us, it's God. But now I have a question. God hardwired us. So why did he stick inside our psyche that intense desire to feel good about our efforts, to want to take credit for hard work that you put in, for a great idea, if we're not supposed to take that credit? If we're always supposed to say, no, it wasn't me, it was God, well then why have us wired to enjoy that credit? So one commentator has a great answer to that question. He says that anything physical, when you're successful in that realm, financial, militarily, that you have to ascribe the eventual success to God. You did a great job, feel good about that, but don't dare take credit for it yourself. The credit goes to God. But in the spiritual realm, we get the credit. We got up early in the morning to go to shul, to pray with a minyan, to put on tefillin. We spent extra money on kosher food. We wrote a check to charity, even when it was difficult. We kept our phones off, maybe even in the middle of a business deal, or in the middle of something going on in our social lives for 25 hours over Shabbos, or longer over a holiday. We said no when we had that opportunity to lie, cheat, or steal to make an extra dollar. When we've done that, when we worked hard spiritually, put in that extra effort, put in that extra time, that was us. As the sages say, everything is in the hands of heaven except fear of heaven. God decides everything, but he doesn't decide to what extent we're going to fear him, to what extent we're going to love him, to what extent we're going to observe his commandments. That's us. And so when we succeed spiritually, hey, you can feel great about that. You can take credit for that, because that was all you. And so maybe that's why we're wired that way. We need to say that was me, because in the spiritual world, it was you.